there's some real value that can be taken away from a leadership assessment or a personality assessment, at least the ones that are done properly. Now, when you think of those kind of things, the most common one that comes to mind tends to be the MBTI, and that's the one where you'll see on all these different folks posting about ENTJ, INTP, INFP, whatever, your four letters might be. That's what the results of the MBTI come out as, right? So it's introversion, extroversion. It is intuition and sensing. I keep forgetting the scales, but either way, they're basically personality traits, essentially, right? That define you. And I can go through them. I didn't memorize them, but I can go through them and talk through them as I see them. Forget, for some reason I'm blanking right now, but they're necessary traits. They're things to look at. They're interesting characteristics to look at in terms of personality traits and how people deal with issues, conflicts, conversations, management styles, leadership styles. It's pretty good insights. I think the mistake a lot of people make is making those insights that you get from assessments, whether even 360 assessments, and making those things feel like they're gospel, right? Looking at them and saying, this is the definition of me. This is what I am. I am a ENTJ. I am an INFP. As opposed to saying this is information, or it's just I tend towards these kind of things. I have a strong tendency towards extroversion, or maybe I have a low tendency towards that thing. And so the danger of that is that you put yourself into a box, or you put other people into a box. And that's why a lot of times that people will say don't hire people based on just their MBTI scores or based on any assessment for that matter. It's information to take when you're looking into hiring someone or looking into working with someone or just dating someone possibly even as well. But it's not absolute, and it never should be taken that way. You want to look at that information like you look at any other information. It's extra information to look at, but it's not definitive. It's not going to be the make or break or anything, and nor should it be. If you're on the fence about someone, whether in a hiring situation or a dating situation or friendship for that matter, or for yourself, whether you end up taking that step forward with that person is not, it should not be defined by any one assessment, because that assessment is influenced by so many different things. For example, if you take the MBTI assessment on a day when you're feeling amazing, you're having a great day, everything's going well for you right now, you're just, you're feeling great, your results could come out one way. And then the very next day, if you took the exact same assessment and you're having a really crappy day, your assessment's going to come out very, very differently. Because the mindset, the way you see things and perceive things and understand those questions is going to be very, very different. Now, the same is true of 360 assessments. But the difference there is that you're seeing yourself compared to how others see you as well. And that's going to be give you a little more variance. But in terms of your actual results, the way you answer that questionnaire, the same limitation applies, because you're going to respond to those questionnaires, that questionnaire in general, in whatever mindset you're in. So you're going to interpret questions based on your mindset. You're going to interpret the responses based on your mindset, based on where you're feeling right now, how low or high you're feeling right now, right? So if you look at those things and think about just that kind of variance alone, how much does someone's mood change within a week, right? Especially nowadays with everything happening in the world and people working from home, you have work, you have to shift gears so many times between work, between family, between yourself, between being outside, inside, whatever you have to deal with. You have all these things to deal with all the time, all these gears to shift between. So as you're doing that, how many times does your mood change? How many times does how you're feeling about things change? That's going to be reflected in your assessment, depending on when in that day you decided to invest time and energy into taking that assessment. Assessments can be really powerful tools, but make sure you use them effectively and don't look at them with too keen of an eye in terms of like, this is exactly what I am. They don't define anything. They just talk about perception. And we all know perception is not reality. It's just perception.